We're just going to pass that one up.
I was the same way. I never
See Hoover Dam, and we just like to see it.
Yeah.
Because that's about it, and maybe see a show or two.
Dad was an only child. Bear's going to come back if he was rewarded one night, so he's going to come back the next. Most normal people would have chosen a new campsite for the next night. No, that wouldn't be my dad. My dad decided he was just going to rig it with stacking up pans all around the campsite with string. And Jerry Mike said last night that when he was trying to talk Dad into going to an assisted living, Dad wasn't too thrilled about it. And then he said, well, can Chantel come with me? In the book, the autobiography, the memoirs.
Campbell's soup, shrimp Creole only had 3 little shrimp in it. So he wrote to Campbell's soup.
He did. He did, and they sent him a $1 check for $1 in the mail. He was happy. And he wrote a lot of poems and a lot of quotes, and I'm going to read
His limericks.
one that this is my very favorite poem he wrote. Have you ever read Retrospect? Okay, this is very good. The things in life that might have been are many and diverse. Some might have been for better, and some might have been for worse. When you're inclined to look back and think your luck's been bad, be sure you also call to mind the good luck that you've had. Don't dream of deeds you didn't do, but wish you'd done and could have. Reflect instead on those you did that turned out as they should have. Don't judge your lot by what it's not and think you've been mistreated. As like as not, with what you've got, you've much more than you've needed. And then the rug ends were combed perfectly straight, signifying that he somehow gotten on his hands and knees and literally combed the rug just for me. I'd walk around the kitchen and see the live cactus on the windowsill that is probably older than I am. I'd see a coffee pot that helped him and Nanny Carol wake up in the morning 1,000 times. And I'd pour myself a cup of water and realize that the glass cup was literally scotch taped together, but it didn't leak. I'd see a picture of Kelly in the fridge from when she was probably 8 years old, and I'd think to myself how this picture had probably been there since she was 8 years old. Throughout the big changes in my life, it always felt so good to go to this little oasis of a world that was always the same. I'd turn around and look in the liquor cabinet just to see what he was drinking these days, and then check the stove to see if he was hiding the good stuff in there. That's where he put the really good stuff, because he knew no burglar would check it out there. In recent years, I would peek over the mounds of mail he kept in the dining room. While plenty of the paperwork was lotto related, there were countless associations for the blind, the wounded, or the homeless that had donation checks ready to go. He may drive around town all day to save 30 cents on screws, but he still had the empathy to donate to as many associations as you can name. Or if he didn't donate, there would be a typed letter apologizing that he couldn't do it this year.
Wonderful and fun memories of so many family times together. I can't look at Kelly. You were truly a treasured gift and blessing in my life. Jerry became one of the most important and influential people in my life over 40 years ago. I did not know Jerry and Carol very well when I invited them to dinner, so I was quite nervous. As many of you know, cooking is not my forte. Nevertheless, I decided to prepare coq au vin. I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but it's a French recipe. The aromas smelled delicious. Confident that I would wow them, I prepared to serve dinner. As I removed the cover, I was filled with utter panic as I discovered the chicken was a putrid purple color. Since I did not have white wine, I just substituted burgundy. I didn't know the difference. Ding dong, too late for plan B. Mortified, I served the dinner, hoping no one would notice. Jerry said to me, "Marie, this is so sweet. How did you know purple is my favorite color? It's so delicious. May I please have seconds? Well, that was the moment I started loving Jerry.
Of all the love and laughter and comfort and happiness that we shared. He was definitely a true gentleman in every sense of the word. He always got the door for his wife or any other female that was present. Even when he was using 2 canes to walk, he somehow managed. He wrote the book on chivalry and set the bar high for how a man should treat a woman. He loved my grandmother more than any man has ever loved a woman. He even wrote a song for her after she died, but sang it all the time, longing for her touch and her charisma and her feistiness. He always bought her jewelry at holidays that sparkled as if to say thank you for life. Always made pancakes without fail. And somehow every time they were perfect. They were the perfect amount of golden fluff, and he never burned or botched them, unlike me.
With me last night, and here he is tonight. His fur feels soft.
Well, I tend him. He's
one
been
hand
bathed and
doesn't
ferminated and brushed and.
Your brother is.
Remember me?
That's
Remember
nice.
me? Look at
He's up every 6 hours with the cat.
We didn't even mention Chica though, but Dad was pretty nice to Chica too. You didn't ever know Chica, but Chica
But I feel like I know Chica.
abused any rule that there was just a little bit. Like she had to stay in this TV room or the kitchen. So she'd lay right there in the hallway, and she'd have all her body outside except.
Over the hill, my bonny Irish, come over the hill to your garden. You chose the rose, love, and I'll make the vow, and I'll be your true love forever.